Well. What is up, YouTube? Uncle Mike been over here playing the guitar. I bought this little thingy. It's supposed to, so you can hit the chords. I'm not that good at playing chords. Watch this, y'all. Wait a minute. I gotta find the right chords though, but I'm gonna use a acoustic guitar in this next song I'm working on. But anyway, check this out, man. No, seriously, YouTube is starting to break. Oh my God, good gracious. Hey, I'm dying to get into this, man. So right after this intro, we're gonna check this video out.
Growth's got a formula most never learn. You don't need luck or talent, structure is earned. If you're ready to build and you know it's your turn, start with the 4 free videos, earn as you learn. Click on the more below to sign up.
That's right, guys. Click on the videos, click on the description below. Check out the new the 4 videos, sign up for the 4 videos to get a full overall view of how this thing really work. I'm so excited I can't even get my little spiel out, but dang on, young, this is gonna be crazy. Y'all hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. Let's check it out.
Some of the biggest YouTube channels in the entire world lost 50% of their views in a single week. And before you click off this video saying that doesn't apply to me, it absolutely does. Because the same exact thing that's killing the 50%. Biggest channels on YouTube is quietly happening to the small ones as well. But here's the thing that most people are not going to tell you. This may actually be the best thing that's ever happened to you if you are a creator, if you know what to do next. So I've got a bunch of data from tons of different YouTube channels from people that I help coach, as well as just reviewing the statistics of a lot of the top channels on YouTube. And so I know exactly what's going on. And by the end of this video, I'm going to show you how you can turn this into a specific playbook that turns this apparent chaos into a massive opportunity for you while everybody else just panics and quits. And I'm going to show you something near the end of this video as well that I genuinely believe is the biggest opportunity on YouTube right now. It's something that almost nobody is doing correctly, and it involves AI. So stick with me because this is going to change how you think about YouTube forever. Now, for anybody new here, my name is Matt Parr. I've been doing YouTube for the past decade. I've helped people grow over 11,000 different channels, and I personally run a collection of different channels as well. And I'm actually starting a bunch of new channels right now as we speak, because I think right now is a huge opportunity, but only if you know how to do it correctly. Now that might sound crazy given the fact that creators everywhere are suffering. You see channels that are down 50% in views, and people are asking, did my content get worse? Am I shadow banned? Did the algorithm change? I've talked with so many creators, like there was this one guy, he was averaging around 100,000 views a video, and now all of a sudden he's stuck at 50K. Nothing changed in his content. I know another huge YouTube channel that has millions of subscribers, and for the first time ever, they're telling me that they're seeing a sustained and unexplained drop in their views. But it's not just the people I work with, because there's the big data as well, which is that the top 100 YouTubers on the entire platform lost 50% of their combined views in just 1 week. So this might not be a you problem. This could be part of this platform-wide shift that we're seeing in so many different channels. The thing is that almost everybody's blaming the wrong things right now. It's not some restricted mode, it's not seasonal trends, it's not AI slop flooding the platform, it's not ad blockers messing with view counts, because yes, those things do have an effect, but they're not the real reason. And so after digging through a ton of data, I found the 2 actual culprits. And once you see it, it's going to become very hard to unsee it. So let's talk about the first culprit. And in order to talk about this, we need to go back to 2024, where your YouTube homepage would typically show 10 long form videos. It would typically show like 2 rows of 5, so you'd see 10 videos, and then you would see a row of YouTube shorts below that. By early 2025 then, a lot of people noticed that dropped to 6, so then there was 2 rows of 3. But look at your homepage today. Most people only see 2 to 3 long-form videos, and then an absolutely enormous block of YouTube Shorts taking up the rest of the screen. And it's the same thing on mobile as well. You're gonna see this massive Shorts shelf below just a couple long-form videos, and it's showing up at a rate that's double what it was just 2 years ago. And so what's happening here is that the number of views going to long-form content may or may not be changing. However, the number of videos that those views are going to, especially from the YouTube homepage, has shrunk significantly. Because before, you used to fight for one of the 10 different slots on the homepage, but now you're fighting for 1 out of 2 or 3. And so what that means is that a lot of middle-class creators, people with good channels that are doing good work, are just getting squeezed out. And so the views are concentrating near the top. Now you might be saying, well, that can't be the only factor, Matt, because huge YouTubers are also seeing a drastic decrease in their views. And I'll get into why that's the case in just a second. And don't worry, I also promise I'm gonna show you exactly what to do about all this, and I will. But first, let me show you the second thing that's happening, because it affects everybody on YouTube and not just the smallest channels. So another channel that I knew who posted a lot of YouTube Shorts, and they did incredibly great with their Shorts, even though, as you know, on this channel, I don't typically recommend Shorts due to the fact that you can't build a huge business with them. This guy I know, he's kind of an exception to that. He's got a really huge channel from doing it. But what he noticed was that the views on his older YouTube Shorts completely fell off a cliff. And it was a steep, sudden drop just for no explainable reason back in September of last year. And so what this means is that YouTube's algorithm has adjusted for short form content specifically to favor new Shorts rather than old ones, which probably makes sense due to the fact that there's so many YouTube Shorts being uploaded every single second. They probably want to prioritize new ones. But it kind of sucks if you're trying to build a huge backlog of Shorts and still get evergreen views from them and build a business like how I talk about doing here on YouTube. This is just another reason you really shouldn't be relying on Shorts to do that, because you constantly have to be posting new ones all the time. Whereas I have my long form channels that continue to make me tons of money every single month, even if I don't post on them. And that's becoming increasingly impossible with Shorts. Now, some people have extrapolated, maybe this is happening with long form content as well. I personally don't think it is due to the fact that my channels are still getting a good amount of views every single month. However, a few of my channels have been affected by getting less views than usual. So what's happening to those channels? And what's happening to some of the biggest channels on YouTube and even small creators who have seen their views decrease a ton? So what we've established so far is that we're fighting for fewer homepage slots, and YouTube is not recommending old YouTube Shorts as much. And then layering on top of all of this is what's been happening with AI over the past 18 months. Everybody is now using AI tools to churn out YouTube videos, and YouTube is absolutely flooded with it right now. I mean, it is so easy right now to make a generic AI top 10 video using any tool out there, including a tool that I personally built called vid.ai. The majority of people are going to be using that tool to make commoditized content similar to a top 10 video or a fun fact video or something that's entertainment based in nature. And now, while it would help my personal net worth and my company to tell you to make top 10 channels and do that whole thing, I could make a ton of money doing that. I truly just want to give you the best information I possibly can, even if it hurts me financially, because I want to see you build a huge business off of YouTube. And if you use any of my tools, like vid.ai, for example, I really want to encourage you to use it in the right way that's going to actually make you a ton of money long term with everything that's going on YouTube right now. And that's because most of the content that's going out there online using any of the AI tools that are out there is what a lot of people would call to be slop. That's got no brand, no personality, no product, and no reason for anybody to care about it versus all of the other commoditized content on YouTube. And the problem is that with the already shrinking availability of homepage slots, then these channels are making the competition even more extreme. And it also trains viewers to just scroll past videos at an even faster rate because they may have been burned by watching some AI content before. Now, YouTube's CEO has been really clear about this as well. He has essentially said that he loves AI if you use it as a tool to create genuine value and not use it to just spam the platform. And that makes sense due to the fact that Google owns a huge AI tool themselves. They want to incentivize people using it, so they're going to be okay with AI, but just certain types of it. And now the way that YouTube is enforcing moderation on the AI channels that are doing it the wrong way is with AI themselves, due to the fact that when you have AI bots just making hundreds of different channels, the only way for YouTube to keep up with that is to also use AI to moderate that, because they would have to hire an impossible amount of people to do moderation. And we've talked about here on the channel before how certain niches, there's really no point in doing them, and certain niches might as well be banned off of YouTube, and you can watch my video at some point if you want to see the niches to avoid. But I just want to say that channels that are producing this AI slop are on borrowed time, because YouTube's technology for detecting it is only going to get better. But again, that is AI slop. It's not AI used to make actual good videos.
I say that over and over and over again. Way before they started, you know, I can just get AI to make the whole video and just upload it. Nah, you don't want to do that.
And so if AI is making things worse for creators, we're competing for these homepage slots, there's all these reasons why it's seemingly harder to get views on YouTube, then why in the world am I saying that it's the biggest opportunity right now? Well, I'm going to show you why in just a second, but there's one more thing that I want to explain first. And this is something that nobody talks about, which is that it's not just that AI slop channels make bad content, it's that they have no business model. They're entirely dependent on ad revenue, which means they need millions of views just to make a significant amount of money. And when views drop, which they always do, these channels collapse. They've got no email list, they've got no product, and they're basically just a commoditized type of channel. And they're dependent on an algorithm that doesn't owe them anything. And I know people, for example, that run YouTube Shorts channels that get tens of millions of views on them that still work a full-time job, because that's the end result of just chasing views and not having any real monetization plan. And it's the exact same trap that all of these AI slop channels are falling into. And so here's why it is actually the best time in YouTube history if you're smart about it. And stay with me for this, because this is gonna be something that 99% of creators are gonna miss. Because yes, competition for homepage slots is worse. Yes, AI slop is flooding the platform. Yes, old content, specifically certain types of content, is dying faster. But here's what's also true. Certain niches on YouTube have actually less competition now than ever. Because while everybody else is chasing viral videos and entertainment content, the smart money is somewhere completely else. And so now I'm gonna get into those niches and how to do this the right way. But first, I think it's really important that you understand what YouTube is trying to do. And another reason it's a huge opportunity right now on YouTube is due to the fact that YouTube has a dedicated team for finding small creators and helping them get discovered. And there's a lot of small channels on YouTube that have been getting way more views than usual, and that's due to the fact that YouTube is prioritizing these new channels to give them a boost in the algorithm. So if you've ever thought about starting a YouTube channel, or you've ever wanted to do it, now is an incredibly great time to do it. And it's really good that you're watching this video right now as well, because I'm gonna show you how to do it the right way. With all of those bad things that are going on YouTube, I'm gonna show you how to do this the right way for sure. And it all comes down to one word: to teach. You need to be making a YouTube channel right now, teaching someone how to solve a problem in their life. And I'll show you exactly what I'm doing. In fact, I'm gonna even show you a channel that I literally just made recently that's doing incredibly good. And this channel is called Stickman Matt. This is a completely faceless YouTube channel, but unlike all of my other old faceless channels that in my opinion, a lot of them are doing it the wrong way, this channel actually teaches something, and it's teaching people how they can grow on YouTube and how they can build a YouTube business. Just like I'm doing on this channel as well, but I don't want to necessarily have to show my face on every video. So I made a Stickman version of me. And AI makes this incredibly easy as well to make these types of videos. And I've already got videos taking off, but it's not just me. Here's another channel called Zinni Studio. She makes $15,000 per month just by having a community that she links to from it that she sells. And she just does AI tutorials and whatnot, completely faceless channel. Here's another channel called Captain Workout, which teaches people how they can be more fit. And again, it's not even a real person, it's an AI avatar. There's another channel called Yellow Dude that does the same exact thing, but this isn't just limited to faceless channels. Personal channels can also incredibly benefit from teaching something, because all of these channels have something in common. They're building what is called IP, or intellectual property, which means they're building a real brand. When you have a face connected with your channel, even if it's an AI face or your own face, it builds an instantly recognizable brand that people can come back to. And this recognizable brand creates trust. You're way more likely to buy something from an AI avatar channel rather than a channel with no avatar. And so here's the new formula for winning like crazy on YouTube. It's education plus brand IP plus a product. And the creators who are going to dominate on YouTube financially are the ones that figure this out right now. And it's a really good thing you're watching this video. Educational content beats entertainment content every single time, not only in terms of monetization because it makes it very easy to sell something, but also in terms of commoditization, since most people who use these AI tools are going to just copy what's getting the most amount of views. And views don't tell the whole story, because at the end of the day, why do we want those views? Is it just to pat ourselves on the back, hey, we got 1 million views? Let me tell you, from someone who has posted hundreds of videos that have gotten millions of views each, it is a dopamine rush to do so, but it doesn't pay your bills at the end of the day. It doesn't build a real business that could influence your future, your family's future, your kids' futures. All of those things are more important than a temporary dopamine hit that you're gonna get from a lot of views. But most people are gonna chase the dopamine hit because they're gonna think that that's the only way to make money on YouTube is to get lots of views, which would make sense to think that, but it's so not true. I can't even begin to explain to you. I have people in my community who get a couple thousand views a video who are making hundreds of thousands of dollars per year. And that's because they focus on a specific type of channel. And then I've got other channels in my community who have huge channels with over 1 million subscribers who make hundreds of thousands of dollars per month. And so when you get a lot of views with this formula that I'm about to show you, you're gonna make so much more money from them. Because I'm operating under the assumption that you want to make a lot of money from YouTube and you don't just want to get views. And AI is going to make it a lot easier to make these types of educational videos because you can make things like an AI avatar, just that most people aren't going to do that. And that's why it's a really good thing that you're watching this video right now, because it's going to allow you to differentiate yourself from all those other commoditized types of content. And then when AI gets better and better, which it 100% will, we'll be living in a whole nother world in 2030 when it comes to AI and its abilities. YouTube is still going to exist. It's going to be huge. However, it is going to be a little bit different. And it's so good you're watching this video so you understand what's coming. Essentially, your character, whether it's yourself or an AI version of yourself, builds your brand. And then as AI gets better, your only job as a content creator then is to stay up to date with all of the latest AI tools so you know exactly how you can generate content at scale, which is going to become easier and easier. But you own the characters. And in the future, in a time like 2030, this is going to apply to all types of media, I genuinely believe, including, for example, even major Hollywood actors, as well as characters from different movies and franchises and everything. Those things will continue to be valuable, but in the context of AI, they're going to be valuable in that people are going to be able to license them. And if you own your own characters and you own all of the trust associated with them and everything else, then that allows you to build a list outside of YouTube to not just be 100% dependent on YouTube either. And if you run an educational channel, you can then drive that traffic to selling something on your own corner of the internet that you own. And you're building a list of people that even if you just have a couple hundred or 1,000 people on that list, I have people within my community who are making $100,000 per year from a channel getting a couple thousand views per video. And I have another guy in my community who has 1 million subscribers who's doing the same method, who's making hundreds of thousands of dollars per month. And obviously this is not a guarantee that you'll make anywhere near that much just by watching this video, obviously. But I'm saying this to show you that when you do get a lot of views with this method, you're gonna make a lot of money from them as well. Because remember, views don't pay your bills, money does. And this also applies no matter what type of channel you wanna run. Let's say you don't want to just go the easy route like I'm recommending, which would be to make an educational channel because it'll allow you to make so much more money. Let's say you don't want to do that and you're just set on doing an entertainment channel. Even if you do one, have an AI character associated with it. So for example, if you're doing countdown videos or fact videos or list videos, you could have an AI character basically reading them off, having them pop up every now and then in the video, and that's going to make your channel so much more valuable long term, and that'll position you to building a real media empire with YouTube, which AI is going to allow us to do. And so here's the exact playbook of exactly what to do right now. Step one, if you want to just make as much money from YouTube as possible, is to choose an educational niche with a buying audience. So my recommendation would be to focus on health, wealth, relationships, technology, travel, or pets. These areas have the highest CPMs, and what that means is that advertisers are paying the most amount of money to put ads on these types of videos, and the reason they're doing that is because the advertisers are making a lot of money back. So if they're making all that money back and more, why don't you just skip the advertisers and make 1,000 times more from your channel by doing what I'm about to share with you? And make sure to pick a sub niche as well. Don't just do health in general. Instead, do something hyper specific like health for seniors, for instance. And I'm gonna show you which AI tools are actually worth using as well. But step 2 then is to create your AI character. This is what's gonna separate you from all the other types of channels out there. And again, it doesn't have to be your face. If you don't want to appear on camera, you 100% do not have to. My recommendation is to use Google Gemini and then use Nano Banana Pro to generate your AI character. Give it a consistent look, a style, and a personality. And you can use AI to generate all of this. Google Gemini is actually the absolute best for just brainstorming as well. You can ask it questions and develop a really good character from the recommendations it gives you. And for animating it, there's so many different tools out there. Infinite Talk is my personal favorite at the moment, but keep in mind, at the time you're watching this, AI tools change so much, so there might be a much better one that's out by the time you're watching this. Because Kling also has lip syncing as well as HeyGen, but those two are a little bit more expensive. Infinite Talk is a lot cheaper, but you don't even need to animate it if you don't want to. If you can't afford any of those AI tools or anything, just use Google Gemini for free to generate it, and then every now and then have the character just pop up in the corner of the screen and just have it there. You don't even have to have it talking throughout the whole video. This allows you to build something that belongs to you instead of some other nameless, faceless channel. Step 3 then is to focus on long-form educational videos. We discussed YouTube Shorts a little bit earlier, and while those can get a lot of views, you're not gonna make money from those views. So you wanna focus on very long-form educational videos with no real end cap either. These videos can be as long as you want them to be. YouTube is actually prioritizing TV viewing, which is another huge opportunity right now. And when people are at their TV, they're much more likely to want to watch a very long video. So that's why the two extremes of YouTube are becoming a lot more prevalent. You've got hyper short content on one end and then hyper long content. Both can work incredibly well. You can also go in the middle as well. Take the amount of time it takes you to give a maximum amount of value. Sometimes that's going to be 5 minutes. Other times it might be an hour. Feel free to play around with it and do longer videos. And at minimum, make sure you have at least one video on your channel that is at least 30 minutes to an hour long. And this is going to be like your most comprehensive guide for whatever your educational channel is teaching that you're going to drive all of your traffic to. I like to call this a money video because it's going to make you a lot of money. And basically, you're going to then link to that video in the end screens of all of your other videos and drive all the traffic from those videos to your super long video, which keeps people on YouTube. So then, even if you do a pretty short video, for instance, like a 2-minute video, you're gonna drive people to that super long one. YouTube's gonna see, hey, this person's actually keeping people on YouTube. I'm gonna promote their channel more. And that alone will make up for any views that you lose through the YouTube homepage stuff or anything else. That alone, just driving people to a very long video, will boost your channel like crazy. And it works incredibly well. I do it on all of my channels now, and I highly recommend you do the same. Step 4 then is to monetize your channel from the first day that you start it. And no, that does not mean waiting for 1,000 subscribers or 4,000 hours of watch time like most channels do. What you're gonna do at the end of that super long video is sell something. This can be your own product, or it could also be an affiliate product. The best types of products are typically going to be digital products, so things like online courses, online communities, and the best place to make your own course or community is a platform that I made called Moon. And the reason I made this is because it is such a huge issue, people just relying 100% on YouTube for everything, that I think it's incredibly important that you have your own corner of the internet. And instead of charging outrageous fees or charging like a monthly subscription for this, we made Moon 100% free. You can use it for completely free. And if you don't have something to teach or a community that you want to build or anything else, you can also be an affiliate for other people's communities as well. And then you want to track how much money you're making per month relative to the amount of views that you're getting. And you'll notice if you do this method, you will likely be making at least $50 to $100+ per 1,000 views. Whereas if you're relying on ad revenue, you're making like $3 to $10 per 1,000 views. And so you 100% can get the views if you do this method of linking to a super long video, which means that you can probably build a real business out of doing this. And now step 5 is to use AI as a content system instead of a replacement. So the places where AI is really good to use right now are things like YouTube scripts. I actually built another AI tool called TubeMagic. Feel free to use it or use any tool that you want. We use Claude in the back end of that. And I use AI for all my scripts, even this one right here. And typically what I'll do to write these scripts is I'll just go into TubeMagic and I'll tell it, hey, these are the main things I want to talk about within the script, give it a couple bullet points. Then I'll find some other viral videos off of YouTube that have gotten a ton of views related to it. And what TubeMagic allows you to do is to paste those videos in as context videos. So then TubeMagic will take the best information from all of those top videos, and then the entire script, including all of your information, all the information from all those other popular videos, will be written according to all of the best frameworks for writing YouTube scripts. And so instead of having to learn through tens of thousands of hours of writing scripts how to get good at them, you can just benefit from an AI that knows how to structure all of that. And even if you have the information you want to include, you can just give it to something like TubeMagic and then have it write you a script. And again, you can use any AI you want. This one's going to be the absolute best for YouTube specifically, and for keeping people watching through your entire video using opening and closing loops and advanced psychology and everything else. Also, AI is incredible for voiceovers. Use something like 11 Labs. I would recommend cloning your own voice. Don't just use the same 5 default voices that everybody uses. You can also just use my voice as well. I don't mind. I cloned it and made it available to everybody if you want to use it. Just search Matt on 11 Labs. But I would recommend cloning your own too, like that way you can have something that's really unique to your channel specifically. And another place AI is incredibly good is for video editing, and vid.ai can do that completely for you. But as we discussed, you don't just want to be running a top 10 channel that's just going to get commoditized. You want to be running something educational that actually gives a lot of value. So for example, if you wanted to run something in the pet niche, which as we discussed is an incredibly great niche, and there's channels like these cat channels right here that get millions of views on individual videos just helping people raise their cats, that's a subject that is educational in nature, and vid.ai can make these videos in just a couple minutes. Now, as we discussed, having a character is incredibly important, so I would go the extra step of making that character in something like Nano Banana Pro, and then using another editor like, for example, CapCut to have it popping up in the corner from time to time. But feel free, if you have a personal channel, obviously that's okay as well. You can make photorealistic AI avatars of yourself if you want. There are platforms like Synthesia or HeyGen that allow you to do that. In my opinion though, it's not the best right now, but give it like 2 or 3 months, it's probably going to be indistinguishable. So that's something that's also coming down the pipeline. And now the bad way of using AI would be to just produce, like, for example, AI Reddit stories that just scrapes Reddit, takes a bunch of stories, makes videos out of them. That's the wrong way of doing it because you're just using infringing material. Another bad thing would be, for example, to make AI movie trailers. A lot of channels have gotten in trouble for doing that. The channels that win with AI are going to be ones where a normal everyday viewer wouldn't even know that AI was involved because the content is just genuinely that valuable. Step 6 then is to only use shorts if they are a traffic funnel. So I would never in a million years, if I'm building a business myself, build a business based off of shorts. However, the right way to use them, if you're going to, would be to have all of your shorts have a related video linked to a long form video. You could think about shorts as trailers, you know, they're not the full movie. They're just a preview to get people to click to watch the long form. And if a short goes viral, great. It's probably not gonna last due to the fact that shorts have that recency bias now. But at the very least, you're pushing people to a long form video, which a couple people might funnel through. It's not gonna be the best conversion rate in the world, but at least there's some kind of strategy behind it as opposed to just getting views and then it's like whoop-de-doo, I got views, so what? And now the AI landscape is changing incredibly fast. Every week there's a new tool that's dropping that's changing everything honestly on YouTube. Like right now it's Cdance 2.0. By the time you're watching this in the future, it might be something else. But you can make incredibly great videos with AI, and that's why it's a problem, because if you're not doing it to make a real brand, then you're really wasting this huge opportunity that's right now. And in my opinion, this opportunity might not last forever. So if we're living in an age and we're in a time right now on YouTube where you can use this AI to build a real business, build a community outside of YouTube with something like Moon, and really create your own brand, then why not do that? Why not take advantage of this while you have the chance to do so? Who knows what the world's gonna look like in the future? A lot of people think we're going through the singularity, which is basically a point in time where we can't really predict what the far future is gonna look like due to the fact that things are changing on such a rapid pace. Now, I do think the future is going to be incredible and amazing because if you just look historically, things on average get better and better. However, this specific opportunity of doing YouTube in this specific way is not gonna be open forever. So take advantage of this while you can. Please, if you've ever thought about doing YouTube or starting a channel, now is the time to do it. And if you want to stay up to date with all of the latest AI tools that are coming out and everything else, please subscribe to my channel as well. I genuinely just want to help as much as I possibly can with these videos. I will let you know for completely free any new tool that comes out, any new policy update, anything new with YouTube. So make sure to hit that subscribe button because it'll actually be incredibly valuable to you. And now at the beginning of this video, I promised you what I would do about those shrinking homepage slots as well. And the answer is super simple. You just want to make incredibly good videos that deserve those slots. And if you're taking the best information from other videos, using a tool like TubeMagic, for example, or writing the scripts yourself, and you've got a character that builds a brand, and you're sending people to a long video after they watch your videos, you're gonna have a very high what's called average view duration. People are gonna spend a lot of time on your channel. Then you just have to focus on click-through rate, which is another great thing AI can be great for, which is making YouTube thumbnails. I've got tons of tutorials on my channel how to do all this. And then if you want to get in that shorts feed that is popping up on the homepage, feel free to do those, but make sure you do them with a strategy like we discussed. And this right here is your 5-step action checklist from all the stuff we covered in this video so far. These are the 5 most important things that you need to do. With the exception of number 5, you don't have to subscribe to this channel. However, like I said, it is going to help you out a lot if you do. And now everything that we've covered so far in this video, you could try to piece it all together yourself, figuring out the niche, the avatar tools, actually generating the content, doing proper SEO, and what SEO even matters right now on YouTube. And some people will do that, some people will figure it out, some won't. Not because they're not necessarily smart enough, but because they're going in the completely wrong direction, and they're gonna get burned out and quit before they ever see any results. And I've watched it happen to thousands of different channels, and it is not a willpower problem. If these people genuinely wanna do this, it's a direction problem. They don't know what to properly do. And so I have this program, it's called Tube Accelerator, that's built specifically to solve this direction problem. It's not just a course that you watch and forget either. It's an actual system. You get access to me personally, as well as all my coaches who help me run my channels that are all knowledgeable on my specific way of doing YouTube and the way that I've taught you here today. And so whatever type of channel that you run, whether it's a personal channel or a faceless one, you can get access to me, my content team even, so we can even help you make content, all my proven video templates, and direct access to me to ask any question you have along the way. And if you're the kind of person who, watch this full video and you're like, I wanna do this the right way for sure. I wanna do this for real. I don't wanna waste another year, figuring this out alone, watching random YouTube videos. Then we wanna talk with you. We can 100% help you if that's the case. Feel free to click the link down in the description to book a call with my team. And on that call, we'll talk about your goals, your situation, whether we honestly believe that Tube Accelerator would be a good fit for you. And if it's not the right fit, we'll tell you. But if it is, we'll show you how to build a real YouTube business, the business of your dreams, with a brand, a product, and AI working for you in the fastest, most proven way possible. And so the link is down in the description. Feel free to book your call, and I'd love to see you on the other side. And now if you want to see more about this strategy in the actual niches that I'm recommending right now, feel free to check out this video next to me right here. In this video, I will show you the niches that are working right now, as well as example channels within them, and an up-to-date overview of exactly how to do this. This is basically a free course that goes over a lot of the most important information that you need to know when it comes to doing this, and it shows some updates to YouTube this year that I didn't go over in this video. So at the end of this video right here, towards the end.
Wow. Okay, Matt. I took Matt's course. The reason why I purchased his course is because I wanted to make sure I'm giving you guys a dynamite, awesome course. I don't know if the price went up or changed, but when I got the course, it was $6,500. That's a lot of money. So only thing I want to point out is I think that a lot of the courses are moving too fast for the beginner. Matt and myself, we know cut and paste. We know editing software. If you don't know, you barely bought a computer. or you're just using your cell phone, I highly recommend that you start from a beginner and talk to the beginner. I'm a strong believer that, because at one time I was a beginner. The beginner is always the first person to be left out. With that being said, y'all click my links below, sign up, do some type of call with me. I would love to talk to you to see if we would be a good fit to help you get your YouTube channel to the next level. I'm Uncle Mike. Y'all take it light, take it slow. Tell them Uncle Mike, hold you so. Peace out.